It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Graham, you're right. It is a very funny-looking vegetable, but Zola's here to tell us more about that. And it is the season to eat soups. It's winter. It's nice food to keep us warm.
Yep.
So today we are making...
We're making a parsnip. Yes, guys, it is a vegetable. It's like a white carrot and pumpkin soup. And yes, it is rainy outside, so it's great weather for soup. Okay, so we're going to start here. So this is a parsnip. It's all chopped up. It basically is just like a carrot, like I said, but it's white. So we've chopped that up. And then we've got some pumpkin, also in season, that we've chopped up. Cumin seeds, olive oil, salt and pepper, then roasted in the oven. Okay. So with soups, what you want to do is sort of build the flavor as much as possible. And if you roast stuff instead of boil it, you sort of concentrate the flavor, okay? So once this is roasted, we pop it into a blender, like I'm doing right now. Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Making a mess. Okay, so let's just do a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. So that in there, I'm gonna, well, let me put, okay, so I'm frazzled today. It's you, Zoe. You're making me nervous.
I should not be making you nervous. I'm like very excited to know how to make a yummy soup.
Okay, so this is just some stock. You can use chicken stock, vegetable stock, whatever you like, okay? Then we blend it. Okay, so as smooth as you can possibly get it is perfect.
Or until the blender stops.
Or until the blender stops, in our case. Okay, then you pop it into a pot, and then you're gonna add more stock, just to get it to the proper soup consistency. And at this point, you wanna season it to taste. I add a bit of honey, because parsnips do really well with a bit of honey. It just adds a little sweetness and it takes away a little bitterness as well. Also, what I must tell you is when you're preparing parsnips, just make sure that the middle, the core, isn't very woody. Otherwise, you want to cut it away. Otherwise, your whole soup will become very chewy and not so pleasant, okay? So
and when you season it, we use just some basic salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper, and like I said, just a drizzle of honey, just to bring out the sweetness. And then I'm going to serve you some.
Ooh.
That's all it takes. And I'm going to serve it with a dollop of yogurt, which brings a little bit of like tartness to the soup, because it is very creamy and delicious, even though we didn't put any cream in it.
I've never tried a soup with a little bit of yogurt, so this is going to be interesting to taste.
It cuts through the richness of the soup and it adds such a deliciousness. Okay, so just a dollop over here.
Oh, look at that.
And always, when you make soup, make sure you make extra, because with your leftovers, you can see here, we're serving them with little muffins. We're gonna make muffins out of the soup.
With the leftover soup?
With the leftover soup, I know. It's a lot going on. Okay, so flour in here, a bit of Parmesan cheese, a bit of thyme, a bit of baking powder. Okay, mix those all together. Then, oh no, that's not that butter. Melted butter, an egg.
Okay.
Okay, all whisked together. And then I'm gonna grab the soup, so you stir. We'll grab some of the soup that we made.
And you add it in here.
Yeah, so you stir for me.
Okay.
So you need about 2.5 cups of soup, just to get it to the muffin consistency. Grease a muffin tin.
Okay.
And then preheat your oven to 180 degrees, and then spoon them into the muffin cases, and voila, muffins. So you can turn your soup for dinner into breakfast.
Ah, fantastic. Okay? Well, if you want this recipe, all you need to do is SMS soup to 33728.
And that's it. Do you want to taste some?
Yes, I definitely want to taste some.
I don't get why I'm never invited to these tastings when they happen. Did I scare you?
No, go for it.
She did jump.
Go ahead. You taste. Listen, we got some questions from viewers on Facebook. It's our culinary hotline.
It is indeed.
And so give us a call on 083-913-3728 to ask those questions. The first one comes from Heidi van Rooyen, right? And she asks a question that is also relevant to me. Please give me some advice on how to choose the best kind of olive oil to cook with, because there are so many different kinds in store.
That's right, it is true. There are so many, it is very confusing, but the basic rule to remember is extra virgin olive oil, don't cook with, because olive oil denatures very fast, okay? So at high heat, it denatures. So see, it's a big word for you, I understand. So save that for your salad dressings. Use something like a pomace oil, or just a virgin oil, or just a regular olive oil for cooking.
Okay,
fantastic. So that's the basic rule.
All right, I got that. So we've got a caller on the line. Ivina, good morning. Amina, excuse me. Good morning to you, and what is your question to Zola?
Good morning,
Morning.
Zola, you know I made fat cake too.
Sorry, I missed
Please
that.
repeat that.
Fat cook, you know fat cook?
Fat cook, yes.
Magunia.
I know,
And it came out quite dry and hard. know. So I want you to give me a recipe because my grandkids, they love fat cook, you know.
Yo, oh, I mean, you'd be my favorite grandmother as well, because yeah, tana magwinya nam.
Me too.
Yo,
Me too. I like a good guinya in my life.
a good
Okay.
guinya.
Okay, so basic recipe is flour, a sachet of instant yeast, some salt, a bit of sugar helps as well with the rise, and then some warm water. Knead it as you probably do with your recipe. The key to getting them soft though is once you fry them, put them into a dish and cover the dish. So it sort of steams in its own heat,
Right.
and it'll keep it nice and fluffy. So try that trick. I promise you it'll work.
All right, beautiful stuff. Okay.
But will you give the recipe over the air or one day?
I can give you a recipe right now. If you use 500 grams
Give it to me,
of flour, cake flour, use 1 sachet
many
of yeast,
cups?
that's 10
How
grams.
many cups? How many cups?
I'm going too fast for it. I'll call you. I'll call you after the show and I'll give you the recipe.
Or otherwise, we'll just
so.
we'll put the recipe on our Facebook page. All right. Another question here from Shireen Ori, who says, "Please tell me how to cook the perfect duck breast well done."
Duck is something that people struggle with because it's got so much fat and it is very tricky. So the trick to cooking duck is to score the fat first of all, then
the fat, okay.
score it, so cut it, cut through the fat, not the flesh, and then put it skin side down in a dry pan, bring the pan to the heat, medium heat, and then cook the duck very slowly, so rendering the fat and pour away the fat as it comes into the pan, And then once the fat's crispy, turn it around, pop it into an oven, 200 degrees, and then cook it for about 8 minutes and your duck will be perfect. Also, make sure you rest your duck.
Okay.
That's the secret. So
For how
rest
long?
it for, as long as you cook it in the oven, that's as long as you rest it.
Yo.
Yo.
Okay. Duck is difficult. Okay. And then we've got one from Shamila Tofa, who says, "I'd like to know what I can use instead of wine in some recipes." So where it suggests wine, what can she use alternatively?
Yeah, so just remember when a recipe does suggest wine, as long as you bring the recipe to boiling point, you burn away the alcohol. So that's the first thing. But if you still don't want to use wine, you can substitute things like stock. Sometimes you can substitute juice depending on the recipe, even vinegar sometimes. So it just
Okay.
depends on the type of recipe you're making.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Are you learning something from this, Lily?
I am. I didn't know you had to put the wine in the food.
Some of us do that, so.
All right, you gotta love it. Culinary Hotline on a Wednesday morning. All right, so give us a call, 083-913-3728 if you do have any questions concerned with cooking. And we learn quite a lot. And this soup is so good right
Try the
now.
dishes, even better.
Is it?
Oh,
May
yeah.
I? Okay, well,
Go
I
ahead,
just
go
have
ahead.
one over here. Oh no, listen, this is so good. Man, I took a big bite though.
Now you can't talk.
No, I have to though. But listen, join Bonang, Jeannie and Bonnie in the Afternoon Express kitchen at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Find it on 3, of course. And why not cook along with them this afternoon? They've got an express chef and food stylist, Claire Winstanley, who will be making 2 very simple pastas perfect for the winter. You can, of course, go to the Afternoon Express Facebook page. You've got to like it first, then get the Woolworths ingredients list and then get cooking with them this afternoon on SABC3. Right, and then enjoy it as well while you're at it. I've just eaten so much. Graham, I can't talk right now. You do the talking right now.